Hi, it's Susan Harrow, CEO of PRSecrets.com, media coach, marketing strategist, and author of Sell Yourself Without Selling Your Soul. I was talking to marketing genius Nancy Marmolejo, and she said, Susan, I think you should absolutely do a video of 21 sound bites in 21 minutes. And so I took her advice to heart, and that's what we're going to do, 21 sound bites in 21 minutes. I took up the challenge. Here we go. First, what are sound bites? Mark Twain said something that I love, and it's a minimum of sound to a maximum of sense. And I took this to be my definition of sound bites. What are sound bites? They're your essential messages, your talking points, the things that you absolutely want to convey to your audience every single time. And they can be stories, aphorisms, vignettes, facts, statistics. You really want a mix of all of those kinds of things. Oh, also anecdotes, analogies, and aphorisms. So you want a mix of them also to be shocking, provocative, funny, and also dramatic, moving, and memorable. And you really want to have about 6 of them. And you want them to be expandable and collapsible, anywhere from 10 seconds to about the maximum is 30 seconds. And then you also want to be able to have them flex for your different audiences, meaning that if you're talking to lawyers, you're not going to say the same things as you're talking to moms or mom entrepreneurs. You want to really create the same stories, but really have them tailored to each individual audience. And then the other thing is that these are talking points. They're also called sound bites, talking points, essential messages. You'll hear them talked about in all of those different ways. You want them to be in the natural flow of the conversation. They're not the conversation itself. They're like the icing on the cake. They're things that are woven in seamlessly to the conversation that sound like that you just thought of them on the spot. And you want to make sure that you cover exactly what you want every single time. And I have a definition of sound bites, and that is to say the right thing to the right person at the right time in the right tone to get what you want. Number 2 is plan, prepare, and practice your sound bites so you can be free to be spontaneous. Now this sounds like an oxymoron, and a lot of people say, Susan, I want to sound natural, I want to sound fresh. Do I really need to practice these points? And yes, you do. And it's so you can get them down pat, so then you can have the freedom to say anything that comes into your mind at the moment and be really spontaneous. And the more that you know your subject and feel comfortable that you have these sound bites down pat, the easier it is to be comfortable and to riff on them. Number 3 is to speak in trademarkable phrases that people will remember. Here's mine. I work with you so everything you do, say, are, and think is in complete alignment before you approach the media, before you promote whatever it is that you have, your business, book, product, service, or cause. So that's mine. It's got to be easy to remember and easy to repeat. Number 4 is be brisk, be upbeat, be lively. On television and even on the radio, our natural speaking voice needs to be a little more energized and a little more up. So right now I'm bringing the energy up to my face while I'm still staying very grounded with my feet. So you feel like we're lively and we're engaged, and yet this probably isn't the way that I'd speak naturally to a friend. So it's up just a tiny bit. Number 5 is to use juxtaposition to illustrate a point. Eli Davidson said, men talk like they're laying bricks, women talk like they're tossing a salad. Along the same lines, one of my favorite sayings is by Gavin DeBecker, who is a safety expert. And he said, when a woman says no, it's the beginning of a negotiation. When a man says no, it's the end of a conversation. So you see how this juxtaposition is like mirror images of each other. It's very easy to say, it's easy for you to remember, and it's also easy for your audience to remember, so then it becomes repeatable. So you want your sound bites to be repeatable and you want yourself to be memorable. Number 6 is let your differences come out. I think a lot of times people think that they need to be the Hollywood version of themselves and that they think that they need to be other than they are. That's what I find one of the most common problems with people that I work with, both in the Soundbite course that's upcoming, the Your Signature Soundbites course, as well as my very famous and well-known clients who are everyone from the Inc. What did I say? Oh, they're on the Inc's fastest growing companies, to celebrity chefs and CEOs, and also Olympic athletes, that kind of thing, and entrepreneurs, authors, and coaches and consultants just like you. Everyone, no matter whether they're famous or not, still has the same issue of really letting their differences come out, be themselves. Jean Cocteau said, "The world loves an original." And we need to be able to tell you apart from other experts and your competition. So being different is good. Being yourself is good. Number 7, be kooky, quirky, and kind. We love people who spark ideas in us and inspire us with their offbeat personalities. And kindness. Well, be kind whenever possible. It is always possible. The Dalai Lama said that. And I have a caveat, something that I add to it. It's not always easy. However, it's a practice. It's a daily practice, just like your sound bites. The people in the Your Signature Sound Bites class, the most successful ones that I've heard back from, they say that they're incorporating sound bites into their daily lives every single day. And that's very exciting to me. One person, Maggie Marshall, just emailed me again. She was on our call the other day, and she had already gotten a number of speaking engagements, had sold 250 books just by talking about it in a way that was compelling to someone. She went and got the books out of the trunk of her car, and then she just wrote to me that she got another speaking engagement for, and another speaking engagement, and then another. She's a party planner, so she got another party planning gig just the other day. And one of my other clients, which was so exciting, said that just by speaking about her dream, which is one of the things that I teach in the Your Signature Soundbites class, speaking about your dream is going to be an upcoming article. And once you put your dream out there, then you activate it and you give people the opportunity to actually engage with you to help make that dream possible. That's one of the secrets that I teach in the Your Signature Soundbites class. Oh, the other thing that was so exciting, I just got an email from a woman who's going to take the new Signature Soundbites class, and she said, just by thinking about taking the class, she and her husband are already really paying attention to what soundbites are and who says them, and they're already starting to speak in soundbites right now in 2 days, and she hasn't even taken the course. Number 8 is surprise and delight your audience by telling them something you've never told anyone before. Now, I've never told anyone that one of my lifelong dreams is to reform public education. And one of the ways that I would do that is to bring Aikido, the Japanese martial art, into the schools and combine that with leadership. The Japanese martial art is the way of harmony, and it's a way of polishing your own spirit. It's not competitive with other people. It's about polishing your own spirit on a daily basis. And then implementing Karen Pryor's clicker training that she's used for dogs, dolphins, and people. It's a reward system that is positive reinforcement only. Wouldn't you love, and wouldn't that be happy making for our children and ourselves, for our whole school systems? Would love that. So that's my dream. If you want to help me make that possible and you're out there, I would love that. Number 9 is tell the truth. No matter how tempting it is to create or embellish a story, don't. One of my clients is Greg Mortensen, who wrote 3 Cups of Tea and had started a nonprofit to build schools in Afghanistan and Pakistan for girls. He was just on an expose in 60 Minutes, sadly, that even this core story, the story about how he was rescued in Corfe from when he was trying to climb K2, the mountain, and that the people in the village, he said, nursed him back to health. It seems like that story is not true, and that is the core of his business, why he started his business and promised them that he would build schools in Pakistan and Afghanistan. So, he was a client of mine that I absolutely adored. So once you're a hero, we want you to stay that way. Tell the truth, always. Number 10 is quote others who say smart things and credit them. This will make you seem smart, even though you didn't say it first. Doesn't matter. Number 11, use vivid images. My client, Susan Frankel, who's author of the new book, Plastic, A Toxic Love Story, told this story. My daughter carried a water bottle to school every day, and she sprouted breast buds at age 9. That was a wake-up call to me. The water bottle leached chemicals which mimicked hormones that are harmful to our health. We replaced her plastic water bottle with a metal one. See how that's a very vivid image? I mean, what do you see when we talk about breast buds? Number 12, use variety in your voice. That includes pacing, volume, tone, passion, rhythm and beat. Bada bing! Variety keeps your audience hanging on every word. 13, don't fidget. On TV, in studio, plant your feet on the ground, your arms on the armrest, scoot your bum all the way back to the chair, and then relax, sit up completely straight, relax, and breathe. Number 15 is keep your eyes on the host 100% of the time to develop rapport, maintain connection, and create trust. See, while it's natural to look down or to the sides or up while we're thinking, it doesn't flow on camera. The audiences often interpret that as you being uncomfortable or nervous, insecurity, shiftiness, lack of confidence, even lying. This isn't easy to do as it's very intimate. Looking at someone for gazing at them over a long period of time without glancing away is very intimate. So I highly suggest that you practice with a soundbite buddy on camera, on video camera, so you can get used to it and become comfortable with it so that it feels natural. Number 16, when you make a mistake, happily move on. Notice that I said when and not if. Mistakes are inevitable, and in fact, they're fun. Gaffes make great conversation, and they delight an audience because they know they're seeing something for the very first time. They know it's never happened before, and that is fantastic. We love to be the first ones in on something. And your audience follows your lead, by the way, on how you handle it. If if it doesn't bother you, then they follow your lead, and they say, she's fine with it, I'll be fine with it too. In discussing slip-ups in acting, the actor Michael Caine said, use the difficulty. So how invigorating. Enjoy your mistakes. Number 17 is don't turn a media interview into a commercial. One of the things we're going to cover in the Your Signature Soundbites course is how to seamlessly weave into a conversation all kinds of things that you want your audience to know to buy your product, service, or cause, or to buy into your ideas. You can see a video of me talking about this in greater length and covering some essential things on the website prsecrets.com/soundbites_course.html. You'll see it on the screen as well at the end. One of a radio or TV host's greatest fears is that you'll turn the interview into a commercial, and nobody wants that. So in the Soundbite course, you'll learn how to tell an enticing story without sounding slick or salesy, so both the host and the audience will love you. And what this does is not only it creates loyalty and raving fans for life for your ideal tribe and your ideal audience, but the other thing it does is that the host loves you, and then they'll invite you back. That's how you become a media darling, by giving a great interview, by being very engaging, and to make sure that your stories are of benefit to the audience, that it's something that is really something that the audience is dying to hear. Number 18 is don't memorize everything. It's fine to carry notes and scoot them under your bum or refer to them as a commercial break. And you'll see right now I'm using notes. There is no way, I have a terrible memory, there's no way I can remember 21 points. I just thought of doing this video, so I'm doing it right here off the cuff. Better done than perfect. So you can probably hear the papers rattling too. So that's me with my notes. So that's the way it is. I have a terrible memory, and perhaps you do too. No, we don't expect you to remember everything either. And particularly if you're on satellite TV, for example, which means that you're in a room in studio, you're just looking directly into a camera like I am, no person, and then there's an earbud in your ear, so a producer or a host who's in another city is talking to you through your ear, asking you questions through a remote earpiece. You just keep your notes in your lap, and you can look down and refer to them like I'm doing, and look up. It's perfectly fine. Particularly, this will set your mind at ease when you're commenting on breaking news Or when you have new statistics. We don't expect you to memorize this. Nobody cares how good your memory is. We want to know only that we like, believe, respect, and trust you. I remember the architect Philip Johnson saying there was a guy sitting next to him who was super nervous about getting up to speak, and he said, "No one's listening to what you say. We only want to know whether you're an honest man or not." Number 19, don't be an asshole. I shouldn't have to say this, but with all the divas, assholes, and the inconsiderates out there, they're becoming more and more commonplace with our internet anonymity, anonymous world, our internet anonymous world. And in every industry, people prefer to work with people that they like. Don't be an asshole. 20, be controversial. But if you are controversial, you know that you have to be able to handle the heat. And here is where you want to practice with someone playing an asshole. So in the Your Signature Soundbites course, everyone is matched up with a soundbite buddy so they can practice having someone shout at them, be mean, be aggressive, be disrespectful, be demeaning in a very safe setting so you can experience what it feels like with this huge onslaught of energy, like that. And then you can be calm in the midst, because after like the 4th or 5th time, it's not so bad anymore, and you get used to it. But it's essential to practice and to get the feeling of somebody coming at you really strongly, really meanly, shouting at you like, "You stupid idiot! What do you think you know? You know nothing!" Like that. It's not so easy to take in the beginning, but after a while I can say, "You stupid idiot!" And you'll just be like, "Oh, it's like she's saying I smell beautiful in the spring." So you get that, and you get that feeling, and then you understand what it's like to be calm in the midst of this storm of energy. And strange as it sounds, once this fear factor is gone, most people find this really fun and enlivening, and sometimes it becomes their very favorite interview. 21 is tell secrets. We all want to be in on the skinny. The scoop, the neatest, the newest, the best thing. These are just a few of my tips, techniques, and strategies, and I have lots of super special secrets that I've saved for my Soundbites course. I'll share them with you in the upcoming course so you can be an authority, an expert, a thought leader, and a sought-after media guest, and even a media darling. That's really our goal, is to be a media darling, to have you be the one that the media calls over and over again to be their favorite commentator, their favorite guest when they need an expert or commentator on the subject which you're an expert in. And just FYI, if that's not something that you're interested in, people in the last course took this for networking, for running a meeting, even meeting a mate. It works in relationships. One woman actually said that she started using one of my techniques, which I'll tell you right now, is just focus only on what you want your audience to know. Focus on the positive in a relationship. When you're saying, "I want a harmonious, loving relationship," and you keep that idea prominently in your head, and you're sitting on the therapist's chair, it's not about talking about the problems. It's what can we do to reach this harmonious relationship, loving relationship that's wonderful for both of us. So someone even used it in their relationships, which I love. So anyway, the point is that you can use sound bites in your everyday life at every moment, even to get your kids to pick up their clothes. So I'll show you how to get people to buy or buy into whatever you're promoting with ease and grace. 22 is leave the audience with a good feeling. It's up to you to both set the stage and to leave it gracefully. So you set the stage and you leave it gracefully. And number 23 is, always give people more than you promised, so people will feel like they've gotten a gift. See how much you can say in 21 minutes? I don't even think my timer's gone off yet. Oh, I've got 30 seconds left. Join me in the Your Signature Soundbites course so you can convey the right messages to get what you want in business and life. And while you're thinking of it, go to puresecrets.com /soundbites_course.html to become your own soundbite genius and learn to speak in soundbites with confidence and ease. This is Susan Harrow, media coach, marketing strategist, CEO of puresecrets.com, and author of Sell Yourself Without Selling Your Soul. Signing off for now. Ciao for now. Is that a soundbite?